about, we're going to hear from Stephen Ritz about the Tower Gardens. And I think we are in an incredible position in our world today in light of the challenges we have with our food supply. What a perfect time it is to really learn, and I'm saying this to myself too, to lean into these Tower Gardens and let's sell some Tower Gardens. So let's jump in, listen to him, take notes. I'm going to tell y'all ahead of time, I have an appointment with an attorney at 1:30, so I'm going to have to hop out as soon as the recording's over, but Brenda's going to take over and y'all learn from each other from what you hear, but let's take some good notes and let's learn how to sell some Tower Gardens.
Have the people that are here that are part of our Juice Plus family, and we also have, we want to welcome everybody that is part of the Facebook group that are here from all over the world. They had an opportunity to just find out who we are and what we stand for. And there's no better way to kick off this morning for everybody. We want to start with tons of energy, and there's no better person to do it other than this person here. So let's turn it to the video. Audio. Well, you can see it. You see the Tower Garden growing. Here it comes.
Are you ready? Are you really ready?
They're not ready yet. They're not awake yet with some energy. They got to get on their feet. Get on your feet. Get on your feet. So he's going to teach you all about growing. He can't hear you. Who's growing at home? Let us know if you're growing at home. Who's growing in schools? Who's got things going in senior centers? Who's going to let us know? Where do you have people growing? Put in the chat. How many of you have a Tower Garden? How many of you have a Tower Garden? Want to know more about Tower Gardens? Who's got all that's going on?
All righty. We're back. We had a technical difficulty, but hello, Juice Plus Nation. I see you out here, and I see all of you out here. It is about belief and belonging. And we are mission driven. Vegetable lovers, each and every one of us. That's who we are, and that's what we do. We are parents. We are partners. We are farmers, and we are entrepreneurs. And today I'm here to celebrate each and every one of you everywhere, because we are the people who go from Canton Wool to Must and Done daily. And we do it with a smile. So give me some smiles from around the world, please. I want to see you lighten it up. We are not nerds. No, we are not. We are superheroes. And today, I salute each and every one of you. I'm here to ask you a serious question, though. How will you make epic happen in your lives? That's what this is about. That's why we're here to level up. That's right. And how can you do it? In the next 90 days. So you're going to meet today experts in business, in health, in wealth, in networking, and personal and professional opportunities. And I'm so excited to be here. It is time for all of us too. I want to hear you out there. Level up. Now I have a superpower. It's the craziest thing in the world. I love growing vegetables with children in public schools all around the world. Look at those beautiful faces and happy children. And what do I do it with? I do it with this amazing thing called a tower garden right there in every single school that I can get into. That's right. And we align it with curriculum, which is the art and science of growing vegetables, to whole school performance. So we're growing high-performing schools and happy, healthy children. And we're doing it all around the world. So that's why I love these tower gardens. What could be more fun? They're the most inclusive form of gardening that you could ever imagine. And I want to update you on some of the work that I've been doing in Appalachia, because I know some of you are so involved. But for those of you who don't know, we took residential foster care children, built them a greenhouse, kids who were written off, created a business for them. Let's take a quick look at the video. Let's take a quick look at the video. Hi, everybody. Steve Ritz here in the heart of Appalachia, in the first commercial greenhouse maintained by foster care children in America. On these tower gardens, we've got lettuce, basil, peppers, romaine, squash, cucumbers, dill, basil, tomato. We're growing everything. And today, I'm asking you to support us. So as you know, the boys didn't want to leave. So you know what we did? We built them 10 tiny homes that gave these young men the first homes they've ever had in their lives. Imagine that. And now our tower garden produce is being sold in supermarkets all across Appalachia. We are dreamers, believers, and achievers. That's the power of this room, from disruption to delivery, all around the world, with, most importantly for me, 100% teacher satisfaction. We have taken rooms and facilities that look like this, and you all know them, and turned them into food-producing places of equity that look like that. That's the power of who we are. I've heard from the government saying thank you. And literally, there is nothing more empowering than growing your own food, nothing more patriotic. And if COVID has taught us something, we can't depend on anybody else. We need to depend on ourselves. And that's right, we do. And with food prices going up and who knows what's in our food, growing food is the coolest thing you can do. I'm a fruit and vegetable lover. So I'm here to encourage all of you to level up in every aspect of your life. Now, my story is a simple one, but remarkably, because of all of you, we've been able to take this story and literally take it all around the world. Look at the media. Look at the third-party verification. This is the stuff that we do collectively and in community, because everything we do is for this community.
Sorry, guys.
Got you. Thank you. So I'm determined to build a global network, thousands of teachers, distributors, and customers all around the world. So if you're out there, thank you. We got sound back. Thank you. I see it. And I see all of you. You can hear me now. Literally, last year, I went to the United Nations. I testified on the floor of the United Nations. Little old me, a teacher from the Bronx. And wouldn't you know, they gave me a platform and they started listening. We started looking at data and evidence. And wouldn't you know, we went from 600 schools to 1,000 schools in Italy, and we're just getting started. And while people were celebrating FIFA in Qatar, I was there at Education City on the mall with the leader of the world's largest philanthropic organization, talking about how we could put tower gardens in school in the middle of a desert. So for me, it's also about all of you. There are lots of big projects we can do, but I like to make people think, why aren't I doing that? And let's take a look at some of these slides in a two-car garage in the middle of Missouri. Imagine now, you may think my thinking is upside down, but let's take a look. Hey, everybody, I'm here with my bestie, Brandy, and I am in Washington, Missouri. You might think we're shopping for a home, but no, we're in a two-car garage that is actually home to Washington, Missouri Tower Farm.
Brandy, I hope you're out there.
Brandy, I want to see what's in this.
Dominic!
Oh, my God, they got some guy in a cheese hat. Who the hell is this?
This is Dominic Gildhouse with Washington Towers.
And what do we got going on here, Dominic? Talk to me.
We have a lovely Butterhead.
Now, what kind of garage is this? Where's the Cadillac, man?
It's sitting outside.
Well, this is really
And it sure is.
Farms, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
This is a two-car garage with how many farms?
We have 36 towers.
36 towers. What do we got going on here? Why love? Hey, Bridget, what do you got growing back there?
I have some iceberg here that's a little younger.
And this is a two-car garage. You're running this out of your home. You guys are a happy family. And, you know, I promised Brandy today that we were going to go husband hunting. And what
Imagine husband hunting in the garage.
Dude, right here and on the flip side of the garage. What do you got going on
We
here?
got 4-week seedlings here.
And those seedlings are being sold and shipped weekly.
And we have 2-week seedlings down here.
And this all happens in your garage. And guess what you get to go meet?
One week.
Your wife, your beautiful wife. Check it out. I'm Steve Ritz from Washington, Missouri at Washbo Farms. We are having so much fun. This should be illegal. No, it is not cannabis.
No, it is not cannabis. This is growing food. It is the American dream. And let me tell you something, people. We are stronger together. That's the power of this community. That's the power of innovation. That's what we do. We fight today for a better tomorrow. And for me, I'll keep growing plants because they work hard for everybody. And instead of seeking the light at the end of the tunnel, I want every school, every apartment, every home to be a beacon of light inside the tunnel, growing food, growing equity, growing opportunity for the world. And what we grow is so much more than food. We grow community. We grow people. And we all know that it is just easier to raise healthy children than fix broken men. And for me, children will never be well read if they're not well fed. So I want our nation to become united, because communities are not born. They are made, and we are about community. Make some noise. Everything we do with Juice Plus Nation is for our community. That's what this work is. That's the power of now. That's the power of us. That's the power of this, you, me, all of us together, growing something greater. You can't outsource healthcare. It's up to you. And today I'm urging you to take charge of your own life and make epic happen. I want every child in America to be their own hero. I don't care about the Kardashians. I want children to know that they can grow food, health, learning, and opportunities all around the world. And it's all about our principal beliefs. Hey, one thing, belief and belonging. And that's why it's time for all of us to level up. Now, Juice Plus has an amazing Bill of Rights. This nation of ours, our community, we come with a whole lot of self-proclaimed rights. And it's awesome. You can make a difference. You can change lives. You can self-develop. Having Plan B is super smart. Amazing benefits. We've got some super leadership here. And nowhere else in the world is your paycheck indicative of how many people you have helped. How cool is that? You want to see people live? You want to see people thrive? Look at your paycheck. It's just that simple. We even have our own social distancing rules. It's my job to make sure everybody puts 2 tower gardens in between someone you love and your next door neighbor. That's the way we heal this country. So for me, I'm proud to be a partner. I'm proud to keep growing because we are ordinary people. There is no one here born with a silver spoon. We are ordinary people living extraordinary lives, and it's our job to steward our children and our communities to a better, brighter future. And this is what happens when those kids get in front of a tower garden. Their eyes bing, light up, they get excited. It's about a growth mindset. So for me and for all of you, doing your best in this moment puts us in the best place for the next moment. And our rising tide lifts all boats. This is about community. I want to share with you, we recently kicked off a program across the country called Green Bronx Machine in a Box with a Tower Garden and curriculum. And we sent hundreds of schools all of these supplies. And I want to share with you the data. We looked at some data from New York, Denver, and Trotwood, a teeny tiny town in Ohio that nobody's heard of. It was really struggling. And we started looking at what was going on in school and using our curriculum along with the Tower Garden. We were able to take children in 9 weeks from abysmal academic performance to outstanding academic performance. The number speaks for themselves. We were able to take children across the country who had no idea that it was possible to grow food, much less indoors, single-digit numbers, and move them to 100% understanding. How cool is that? And parents, families, doctors, think about this. It is so hard to get kids to eat healthy. We started with pre-programmed data like this, and in 9 weeks, we're able to move them to sharing good food and talking about nutrition with their family. Teachers love the program. Look at the teacher response. And let's take a look at what some of the principals had to say. Teachers loved the program. Major lift in engagement from our most vulnerable students. And let me go back and show you that last one because it said students ate the veggies. And that's principals and superintendents. Collectively, we have built a program that is an exemplar. And that's the power of now. That's the power of us. That's the power of all of us. So I'll keep growing happy, healthy children, planting seeds all across the country and doing amazing things with children because that's what I just feel compelled to do. And the evidence is just so overwhelming. So each and every day the children tell me I am their hero, which is humbling. But today, each and every one of you here and tuned in out there and joining us live, you are my heroes because I can't do this myself. I need all of you. And together, I will keep working with my green shoes and socks and my cheese hat to bring this program around the world. Now, no one can do everything, but everyone can do something. And you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start in order to be great. Every single person online and in this room was a beginner. So for me, it starts with teachers. It starts with seeds and plants and kids in schools and growing something greater. We're going to be the first organization that offers credential professional development. Imagine that. You want to talk about differentiation? That's differentiation. Yes, we won every single award, 7 Anthem Awards, an Emmy Award, but nothing thrilled me more than to get the Social Innovation Award for the work that we're doing. Let's take a look.
Children across the country are faced with poor nutrition and lack of access to healthy foods. In many impoverished areas, fruits and vegetables are not a staple in their homes. And without access to healthy food, students have trouble focusing and learning in school. Not only are we facing a problem with obesity and diabetes, but it also really impacts their ability to learn.
Green Bronx Machine is an incredible indoor urban agricultural education program that tries to teach kids how to grow, prepare, and cook healthy, fresh fruit in their classroom, and then apply that knowledge to the world around them.
Mr. Ritz has taken something that he saw happening in the community where he lives and said, you know, if these kids, if I can help them learn about the food that they're eating, it will not only help them with their physical health and well-being, it also impacts their mental well-being.
The program tackles several tricky problems with one intervention. One is how do we help our kids eat better? The second is how do we have learning feel exciting? And the third is how do we teach kids that when you invest in growing something, there are rich rewards. And it feels to me that Green Bronx Machine does all those three things in a really innovative and creative way.
This hyper-local approach has been extremely effective. He's creating a model that is replicable and that can help lift up the entire community.
In 2020, the Green Bronx Machine produced over 5,000 pounds of produce. And what's incredible is the students now have a 91% passing rate of the New York State Science exam.
There's so much data to show that kids learn by doing. Not only does it help them do better in school, but it helps them think about how they might want to spend the rest of their lives.
These kids are learning in a hands-on way about how to grow food, and almost by accident. It's sort of like the spinach buried in the ice cream. They're learning about math and science and how to work together. I'd love to see the program brought to schools across the country.
I would love to meet Stephen Ritz someday because he seems like a remarkable human being. And I just love the way that he's gone deep in his community and created such incredible results.
So I can, you can, we all can. And knowing is not enough and willing is not enough. We must do. So we are on a journey together because happiness is a journey, not a destination. And I'm here to tell you I've got your backs every step of the way. I will keep growing with kids and doing crazy stuff with them in school aligned to our family and values. Recently, my students got to make lunch for the mayor of New York City. He came and ate a lunch right off of a tower garden in my classroom. Our students got invited to City Hall. We're named the first food ambassadors in New York City. And when, 3 weeks later, we were at Yankee Stadium putting in a commercial farm, which is now incentivizing attendance for everybody. That's the power of this program. That's the power of children. That's who we are. That's what we do. You see my little carrots and peas? They are spreading hummus and goodness all throughout the hood. And that's what we want everyone to know, that good food is hood food and hood food is good food. I recently shot a cover for Sports Illustrated magazine because healthy eating and self-care is the #1 participatory sport that every American can do. So I'm asking everyone to get out there and join me. Prioritizing food education in our school is now a national priority. There are millions of dollars available. And now I want to introduce you to my new friend. This is Kevin. Kevin learned about me online and sent me an email. He was just a kid in his school. And you know what? He's like you. He's an entrepreneur, and he studied everything that I was doing. And he came up with this idea to convert a closet in his classroom into a DoorDash cafe using Tower Garden. So they use money that they cash out at the end of the day. But literally, Kevin created a whole set of books of information about how to use Tower Garden. He created a QR code so teachers can order their smoothies and salads in the morning. He delivers them in the afternoon. He has a color-coded lunch. We have culturally correct recipes from every kid in the school that gets their passport. That's Kevin. Kevin's going to be at our gala, and Kevin is a rock star. This is who we are. Ordinary people living extraordinary lives. So I'm so proud of the success we have. And each and every day, we're now working with Google to create TV shows, literally to take this around the country, teaching kids how to share food, create recipes, and grow food. And when our mock TV show actually became a real TV show that you could watch this fall. And there's the beautiful set. Notice what we're growing our vegetables on. Each and every day in communities where housing is health and health is housing, I'm proud that we're going to be building the new Center for Green Bronx Machine right across the street from my school. On the first floor is going to be the first commercial farm in public housing in America. It's going to be run by my students, and we're going to integrate everybody into the community. I want every teacher around the world to be the best that they can be. And that's why I believe so strongly in the Green Bronx Machine curriculum. This thing gets it done. Everything you need to succeed aligned to a Tower Garden. Imagine that. Now I want to talk about the difference between what other people offer and what we offer, because similar programs cost thousands upon thousands of dollars with annual fees and tiered subscriptions. We get all of this for $13.49 for life. And then what we do is we give $150 back to you so you can support a teacher, buy a gift card, engage with those kids, and grow your own business. We're going to have data. We're going to have dashboards. We're going to have connected classrooms. We're going to have ambassadors. That's right. We're going to be doing social media that highlights every single school in America, and you can be a part of it. It all starts with one tower in a classroom done right. And when you do one, guess what happens? The rest of the grade gets on board. Then the rest of the school gets on board. And before you know it, we get a phone call. Oh, can you put a greenhouse right across the street from the school or in a senior citizen center? This is how you grow a business. This is what we do. We're going to be focusing this year on grants. I'm so excited to be working with James. And best of all, we've just released a new TV show that all of you can subscribe to.
Welcome to my class, student.
Those are your
Hello,
phones.
Sir
Let's
Ritz.
start
Hello,
today.
Mr. Ritz.
I love
Hi,
this
Mr.
town.
Met. I wonder, what is the seed? Are there any dinosaurs living today? Why doesn't the big blue whale have any gills? I have so many more questions. Let's go. Whoa. Wow, they're gonna plan a party in 5 days. I'll give you a hand, Mr. Ritz. Where are we? Let's investigate.
And I want to come to your community too.
5 fingers.
Oh, you are next episode of Today, Tony, you're wearing watermelon and arugula salad.
Easy
You want to get kids excited about healthy eating and healthy living? This is the way to do it.
Oh, goodness.
fruits and vegetables from
Imagine doing healthy starts while they're watching that.
Ooh, a strawberry. I'll see you next time.
That's right. And for each and every one of you champion parents at home, homeschooling, guess what? We are working on a homeschool curriculum that will give this nation the largest portfolio of evidence-based learning attached to a tower guard. So get out your phones right now, click this website, click this QR code. You can subscribe today. You will get free content delivered to your mailbox with lessons, activities for teachers that you could share. No fees, nothing. Sign up today. If not, I'm sure Lauren will get it out to you afterwards. But I want to keep moving and talk about that this is not just a product. We are a family. And all of these amazing tools come together and change lives. I don't want you to buy something. I want you to catch the wave. And literally, where else in the world can you grow food and wellness in your home and wealth all around the world? That's the power of who we are. So I want to know, what will you be your next step? How will you make epic happen? And I want to share this slide with you because I was really inspired by Travis yesterday. Do you get it? Intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. Let me show you that again. Intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. And in a world that is really, where slow has gotten really slow and fast has gotten really fast, what train are you on? Let me be clear. The best time to fix the roof is when the sun is shining, and there's lots of sunshine here in Vegas, and that's why we're here, to build something greater. The most successful people always keep producing. They keep winning. Like Kerry Daigle says, they just keep punching. That's right. So I urge all of you to be in production mode, never in management mode. Don't manage, be a leader. That's what this is about. Stay in production mode. Keep adding, delegate your management. Be a leader, not a boss. I am proud of the work that I'm doing, and I will always stay learning. And I guarantee you this, the Steve Ritz of 2024 will be way better than the Steve Ritz of 2023, because I am always a beginner. I am always learning something new. And you need to do all of this too. Take a course. This is the age of transformation. Don't send forwarded emails. Send me a hyperlink, please. That's what this is about. It's really about being a beginner, staying humble, where our actions matter more than our words, and live to express, not to impress. Don't strive to make your presence noticed, but make your absence felt. I am so proud to lead with a Tower Guard. It is the best product in the world, the best sales team in the world, the best support system in the world. I can give you 100,000 reasons to be excited, but I'll give you 3. James and the team, the new hub and website, and me. You've got me, ladies and gentlemen, my family. And I am committed to all of you in ways that you have no idea. And so I want you to say that this thing is teacher approved, schools tested, and let's do this. Each and every day I get letters like this that I get to share. with people from around the world, from students that say thank you for what we've done. And recently I just met with Magic Johnson. I'm proud to say he's going to be partnering with us to bring Green Bronx Machine to Sodexo Magic schools. You see, because competition doesn't hurt us. It makes us better. It makes us stronger. This year, we're going to be introducing partnerships with the Yankees, with Quest, with Whole Kids, with Danone. Think about that, a $25 billion company that specializes in organic products. Google and Cox. I was filming commercials all week. So I'm so excited. And my singular focus, family, is to make sure that each and every one of you get to walk across the stage at conference again and again and again. In this room, we compete, we don't compete. I want to give a big shout out to our new CEO, Travis, right there. He understands us. That's what this is about. It's about leadership. It's about working together. I want to talk about Jeff Roberti, the greatest of all time. Some people see an amazing man. I see 1 million success stories, and that's all of you who help work with him. Here's a guy who's going to retire into his business, not out of it. That's smart. And then there is our founder. And I want to talk a minute about him, but you don't need glasses to understand that this guy had some vision. And the one lesson Jay taught me is when someone says you can't do it, hell, do it twice and take a picture. That's Jay for us. So there's an amazing toolbox for you out there. I hope you all use it with me. I want to let you know Jay and I are committed. I'll keep working with kids around the world. I recently celebrated 1 million pictures with children in schools across the globe, including children who look like this. Hold on, there is one really tough guy, and you know who he is. He is right there. Those are the ones that I love the most. You know who they are, but I've got your back. And the most important thing is we are here today. The most important thing is always to be where your feet are. And today we are here. This is us. And purpose is your inner light. And each and every one of you here, there, and everywhere, we have the power to turn it on. So this is why we do the work. Our children, our grandchildren, our nieces and nephews, this is why we exist. This is why we do this. And let's never lose sight of them because they make it so much relevant for all of us. So time is not an excuse. It's an opportunity. And today in this session, I want you to realize you can build the tomorrow you want with the family you have right here. The only thing in the world you can't recycle is time. So as it ticks away, and I know I went long and I'm sorry, I got confused. I just want to say you can never recycle time. So use it wisely. Play nice in the sandbox and just remember that you can change your life in the next 90 days. So I urge all of you to think, how will you make epic happen? Decide, commit, and succeed. In closing, I want to share with you this. I still remember the days, each and every day, when I prayed for the things that I have now. And I want to take a minute to thank each and every one of you for your support, corporate for your support, because we are just getting started. And this gentleman has helped me put my Bronx and your Bronx on the map. So I'm inviting all of you to help join me. We're going to be celebrating Jay in New York City with a big award. You're going to get to come see, hang out with me and him, and then come tour the classroom. So join us October 9th. That's all I've got to say, ladies and gentlemen. I urge you all out there everywhere to level up. Decide, commit, succeed, and see. Say a prayer that you can learn more here. And remember, as Leslie the Ladybug says,
see you next time, students.
I'll see you in Charlotte. Save the date. Thank you. God bless you.
Wow. Wow. All right, I'm going to have to leave, but thanks, y'all. I can't wait to hear what y'all have to say.
Wow. Oh my gosh. How many people are like on fire right now?
Yes.
I want his energy.
I know. And you know, I think most of you know Tower Gardens are so dear to my heart. I have tower gardens in 23 classrooms in Anderson. I have it in two of the Lilly daycares, and I have it in two Ivy Tech schools now. The one in Fort Wayne has 24 towers, and there's a new one in southern Indiana that has 12. So tower, and for events, Aaron and I just did a Veg Fest a couple weeks ago, and we had a home and a flex there. And what brings people to your event are the lights. The lights are, I mean, they just draw them like a beacon. And so, you know, and probably way more than Juice Plus, sadly, in some ways. I mean, what they would just come up and go, "What is that? I need that. I've been reading about that. You know, whatever." I mean, it's and I got a phone call the next morning at 7:00 in the morning from a guy that came by that day and ordered a tower garden the next morning at 7. So I mean, they are powerful. So and I've never seen Stephen like he is right now. And you know, I was telling Elaine when we talked about this yesterday, I don't think we have any idea how big he is around the world. I mean, there is a part of the desert that they have made into an entire city using tower gardens. It's feeding this entire somewhere in Saudi Arabia or somewhere.
Wow.
And, you know, they have pictures. They have him on his face is on billboards all over the Middle East. Yeah, he's a big deal around the world. And he said, and he trumpets Juice Plus and Tower Garden everywhere, but Juice Plus too, which is really cool. So does everybody here have a Tower Garden?
I do, but sadly, I've had a really difficult time with mine. And I'm thinking because I have a small porch, it's facing the sun, and we've had over 100-degree temperatures for 3 months.
Well, do you rotate it every day? That's what I had to do when I was in Anderson. I made a quarter turn every day. Yeah, because the sun.
I'm getting ready to take it all down and clean it up and hopefully start again, and we'll be able to cool off by September.
Well, I have three of the flex and one of the home, but that home, that I mean, I love it. It's in my dining room, and I mean, everybody I just can't talk enough about it. So, what about everybody else?
I'm so excited. Well, from the Veg Fest event, I had a guy that just went on and ordered a tower, like just from clicking a QR code, and so he's probably going to join our team. So I'm excited. Ben, I don't know if we can get that recording quickly, but it would be so cool to send that to him.
I know. Well, Elaine has to wait for it to process, and then she'll post it on her
YouTube.
Her YouTube page. Yeah.
Okay, because that's so. I mean, like when you just start thinking about that, I loved today just talking about really casting vision for people beyond just like selling them something.
Well, and we're food insecure, and everybody knows that. Mm-hmm. And you know, when you know, and I love the whole thing about kids eat what they grow. I was really quickly trying to find a video that one of the first grade teachers in Anderson, but it was in a totally different school system. Actually, she and I had never taught together, but she'd heard about the towers, and I came and set them up in her school and in her classroom. And I mean, like, you know, it was first grade, and so when we got to the letter S was for snack. They got to go build their tower and have a snack. And also what we did, because she was a great one, because if the kids did something really well, they got to go eat off the tower. It was a big treat. And if they did something, you know, or they get to pick a friend who got to go eat off the tower with them. So yeah, it's exciting. So who else has a tower garden they want to talk about? Karen?
Yeah, I love mine. There's nothing that tastes as good as produce off of a tower. I couldn't believe it because I used to profess, and you know this, that I hated kale. Ugh. Kale in a tower garden is completely different and it's delicious. And and salad or lettuce actually has flavor. It's not water. I love it. Grows 3 times as fast, 95% less water, 3 times the yield. What's not to love about it?
And celery on the Tower Garden. I used to think celery was just crunchy water, but on the Tower Garden, it is so sweet and so delicious. And when I think I've shared this before, but when I went through Dr. Sears Wellness Institute to become a certified health coach, I did my thesis on celery. And back in the Roman games, the victor of all the Roman games was given celery juice because it was known to be the most prized thing in the land because of the health benefits. So yeah, and it's still considered a root vegetable, but you can grow it on the tower. And I think Stephen Ritz is the best thing we have.
Brenda.
Yeah.
Where do we get information? I've had a tower and I love mine, but my oldest grandson is just now in kindergarten in a public school. How do I even approach going into a school? I don't know anything about that. I'm real intimidated, but I'd love to think about that.
Well, first of all, go.
Brenda, you froze.
Go in there. Can you guys?
You're still frozen.
Hey, I'll talk for her. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So go into teamextreme.dropmark.com and then go under products.
Okay.
I think it's under products. Let me look. And then there's a whole Tower Garden in schools thing. So let me just look and see exactly where that is. Let's see. Hold on. I think it's under products.
I'm sorry. Yeah, if you scroll down to the bottom where it has everything listed, it's the one on the far right. And it just
there it is. Product information. It's the third one.
Right.
And then just go to Tower Garden in schools, and there's a ton of information right there.
Yeah.
And does it come with
email, all the stuff?
But I would say the number one thing is get somebody in the school, whether it's a parent, whether it's a teacher, an administrator, get somebody excited about it because that's who's going to lead the charge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is like that's the one thing that I've had a struggle with towers, getting them in schools is sometimes they end up in closets. Because if you don't they were going great when I was at the Oaks because I was checking on them, but I didn't have sometimes, I mean, they are some work. And so what I've found, you have to have a parent or a student that is championing the tower. Because for teachers, it's so much work that they'll end up in a closet and not being used because they don't have time to clean it out or they don't have time to service it.
Did y'all personally buy the towers? Who?
The school buys it. I've had schools PTOs buy towers. I've had just they use it out of their curriculums. Sometimes at our school, we had a health unit for the third grade, so they used curriculum money to buy a tower. And then grants.
Yeah, because the curriculum from Tower Gardens is free, and it literally is preschool through high school, and it's phenomenal. And even in the homeschools, but really, I have it in several private schools too in Anderson, and one of the ones that the third grade teacher was having the kids put the nutrients in. Well, come to find out, the kids were only testing the water. They weren't adding the mineral stuff to it. And so there is, but the teacher just kind of abdicated. The teachers that have been really successful are ones that either one person in a grade level will do it for a month or whatever. There's lots of different ways. I went in and did a lot of them myself, but you only have to do it maybe twice a year.
Yeah. And just asking a lot of questions too. I've had some Tower Garden owners and they're like, something is wrong. These plants aren't growing. It turned out they were only putting in tonic A and not tonic A and B. Just silly stuff that it's funny, but sometimes you just got to ask a ton of questions to see how they're doing.
And with I think they're the worst in the world of reading what you send them. I mean, it was even like that when I was still teaching, so it's just going in and saying, oh, well, and I always made a checklist for them, like a weekly one with like 5 different things, and somebody got assigned to do each one or something like that. You can make it, if the teacher's on board, you're a goal.
I know there's a learning lab on Tower Gardens at the conference, and I'm going to sign up for that. But I would love it to talk to one of y'all who's done it in the school, maybe when I see you in Charlotte, and then maybe start trying to get somebody on board. And it might take months before it happens, but I'd like to get that process going.
It does. Sometimes it takes years just because they have a specific ordering time and,
Yeah.
Well, I think that really, though, the key is getting somebody in the school or in the school system excited about it.
Well,
yeah.
The first garden that I ever sold was last month in July, and my friend has a daughter who teaches kindergarten at the public school right here. And I'm thinking, she bought it. She's excited. Her daughter teaches kindergarten, and that would be my teacher that could be on board. And I just need to know how to start with the whole thing. But thank you. I don't want to take up any more time. I'll check that out on Dropmark.
No, it's a good thing. And I remember the last school that I put it in Anderson, the teachers, we built them. We had 3 classrooms that had towers. We built them on that same day. On one day, they were all in one big classroom, but we did 3 different towers. And then we planted them the next day, so that was a Thursday and a Friday. And on Monday, one of the teachers called me on a video call from the classroom, and they were going, the babies are up, the babies are up. And they had already had, because most of it was greens, the little tiny.
Oh, wow.
For the weekend with the tower being on from Friday to Monday. And everybody they got to pick one and write their name on it. And it was exciting.
Wow. Thank you.
Sure. Okay, friends. Well, thanks. I mean, we don't need to say anything else after Stephen Ritz, right? But I just say, I mean, he is such a gift to us in so many ways. And I think we have an incredible opportunity. So, and don't forget to be on the shred with us tonight. I'm excited about that too, because that's another way to promote, being able to eat off of your tower every day on the shred.
And where will that be posted when it's recorded?
It's the tower. You mean this one or
the shred tonight?
The shred. It'll be on. Well, it's going to be. Well, it's always on Elaine's. It'll probably be on. It'll probably be on Team Extreme. I don't know. I haven't even thought about that part of it. But she always posts them on YouTube. So, yeah, it's going to be good. All right, friends. Thanks so much.
Rena Patrick.
And have a great week.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Brenda.
Thank you.